Danny Clark, and this is Lombardi's Bar.
This is one of my favorite podcasts to do.
I'm just, blessed and thankful to be a part of this podcast. It's a great podcast. It's a great interview.
Maybe I know that you guys, obviously being the best Packers podcast that's out there.
I had Malort this weekend, so I'm not tasting anything.
Oh, good.
He did.
God.
He did. That was fantastic.
Because it said, "Did you ever try Malort?" And I said, "No." And then it said, "Do you want to take a shot of Malort?" I said, "No," but I did.
Wait, who said
It's called
Peer pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to get in a high honors English class once, and they called my parents and were like, "Hey, just tell him he can't do it."
It shows. It really shows.
I hate you guys so much.
I'm going to throw these two guys into the screen so that if I die, they can carry on the legacy of crap that is this show. Welcome back, friends, to another episode of Lombardi's Bar. I'm your bartender, Dan Koenig. Glad to be back with you after a small week off. Emma, Katie, good to see you guys in the chat. Welcome. We have a ton of Packers stuff to talk about. Last preseason game against the Seahawks coming up. Joint practices kicking off here this week as well. I am learning something that I'm sure so many teachers in the Milwaukee public school system learned, and that is keeping Todd and Jimmy apart is a must to keep any sort of semblance of calm or anything in anything you're trying to do. Matt, throw these guys in here. Literally three straight minutes. Couldn't.
As soon as you brought us in, we froze. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was perfect timing. Your guys, tell Johnny Barks next time to find an Airbnb that has a Wi-Fi that a Wi-Fi that isn't run off the wheel of a hamster or something.
I think we're just the first ones that are going to have to deal with this week. Something tells me there's going to be quite a few things being uploaded from this terrible Wi-Fi that's going to take longer than this show lasts.
You and your content creator house, you guys are like in your influencer content creator house in Green Bay up there this week.
No, we're the ugly stepchildren, if that's what this house is. We're the homeless people that has a Make-A-Wish or something.
Well, guys, did you miss me last week? I know you had Matt Ramage on. Did the chat? I'm looking at anybody. Did anybody? I was gonna try to notice.
People noticed you weren't here.
I was gonna try and find a pair of those gag goggles, like those glasses with the eyes like on springs, so I could come out here and bring the aesthetic of Matt Ramage.
That would have been incredible.
Yeah.
Such a good idea, Dan.
I don't. Well,
people are now disappointed that you didn't.
I literally don't think they sell those outside of Looney Tunes cartoons.
So
I literally don't think they fucking exist.
Were you able to hear the sarcasm in my voice on that? Or
no, Todd.
I wasn't with you more on these shows in person. At least usually there's a screen between.
I forgot you were there. I forgot he was right there. That was wild. He started talking to me. And I was like, dude, I'm doing a fucking show right now.
Anyways, I even after the show, I did tell Des, I was like, as much as we make fun of Dan, we maybe should tone it down because hosting the show kind of sucks and it's not fun. And he does a very good job. So I do have to say, as someone who filled in your enormously large shoes, it's not great. I'm happy you're back. Sorry, Todd's an asshole, but he was actually surprisingly nice while you were gone. It really threw me off.
Well, that's part of that was because I was fully expecting that I was going to have to host. And when we jumped on before the show, I was like, hey, Jimmy, do you want to host tonight? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay. No pushback. I don't want to do it. Great.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a strange episode without you, Dan. So I'm very happy you're back.
Yeah, I anticipate that pledge to be nicer to me to last until we get to pay the tab, which
I already forgot about
I did not pledge anything, for the record. That was all. I do appreciate what you do as a host. It is a lot of work. You do a wonderful job at it. There's no pledge to be nice to you.
In my defense, I'm usually not that mean to you. I just giggle at your back.
Shut up.
All right, guys, we're going into last preseason week here. Colts game this past week. Thoughts on where the team sits now after the second preseason game? Felt like the second preseason game, at least as a dichotomy compared to the first one, an improvement, but still not like super great. And as we'll probably get into the rest of the show, feels like the team is just like a mash unit at this point. Like, are we going to have any healthy bodies going into week one of the actual season? Like, I don't feel super great about where we're at right now, health wise.
The wide receiver room's bad. We're down a lot of people. The thing I hate too is you see a lot of the injuries are all back injuries, and like with Romeo Doubs, wide receiver, smaller person, doesn't bother me. But then you have like Kenny Clark, LVN, Banks had one earlier. Elton Jenkins has had a back injury. Like those are against those or within the big boys. That's what kind of worries me because I know we said it on the show before too, but it's that one tweak and it could be just stiff that game. It could be 2 games. Like that's something I think is kind of like a hamstring or a groin. That's just going to linger all season long, which thankfully we have a lot of groin injuries as well on the team. So add that to.
I'll injure your groin. The back injuries do scare me because they can linger. I've been personally, athlete, obviously, I've been dealing with a back injury.
The kitchen after eating Taco Bell.
Yeah. I've been dealing with a back injury. I've been getting treatment 3 times a week for the last month, and I still struggle to stand up. Sitting in a stool right now with no back, oh my God, I'm chiropractor immediately tomorrow morning. So that's just, this can go, you can wake up one day and it's fine. You wake up the next day and you're going to deal with it the rest of the year. So that'll be interesting to see. Though I do like that LaFleur kind of played it off of saying like it was because of the beds that they slept on. They were too soft in Indy. So
is there a world some of these are like just training camp, hey, take the day off. We're going to say you're hurt just for funsies.
Yeah, but not for a week.
Yeah. That's fair. Even
especially in Kenny's case, you can give him a vet rest day. Like,
yeah,
right.
That's fair.
Right. I don't think they're just making up injuries just to give you a rest.
No.
Shout out to chiropractors though. I went to the chiropractor for the first time a couple of months ago, and that's such a game-changing experience to have someone who actually knows what the hell they're doing look at your back. I was walking, my leg was 3/4 of an inch shorter than the other one, just based on how I was walking.
I'm at like 2.5, so I'm hopeful and excited
it's
for
not
the
a
day.
fucking competition, Todd, but
it is, Dan. It is. You're fine.
I'm glad that you are.
Shout out to Jay. Usually Jay's in the chat with us. He's a chiropractor, does excellent work. If you're in the Madison area, go check him out.
I'm glad you're getting treatment, Todd. I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
I'm happy you're healing your body.
Just text me if you want me to punch him. I'll do it for you once. I know worse is coming my way, so you only need one shot.
Would you guys like to get into into our buy around? Todd, would you like to kick us off?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Malik Willis on this one. It's been about a year since he's been with the team. I think he's coming up on his 1-year anniversary. Excited to have a backup quarterback that is competent and has shown that he can play. Like going into the season, we were hopeful with Love. We really didn't get much of a chance to see him in real regular season game action. There's the one game in Kansas City. But other than that, we didn't really get a chance to see a lot of him before he was a starter. It's nice going into it knowing that if something happens and Love needs to miss a week or two, probably going to be okay. So shout out to Malik. Welcome to your 1-year anniversary in Green Bay. Congrats.
Are you going to buy around for the next year's backup quarterback?
Maybe we'll see who it is when he gets here.
You already did the plan for it.
Oh, yeah, Anthony Richardson. That's going to be sick.
No, Malik, it is nice to have a backup. I don't know. I could have been on this show or Pack a Day, but I said before too, this is the best backup we've had in a few years. Better than, obviously we had Jordan Love at a time, but before that it's the Hunleys and all of that, the Kaisers. It's nice having a competent backup.
Best backup since Matt Flynn?
Probably.
It's definitely not Seneca Wallace, so Matt Flynn has a real chance.
Sure as hell it wasn't Wallace or Deshaun Kaiser.
Scott Tolzien.
Best spin move for a backup ever, sure.
That was sick.
Definitely top 3 names of backup quarterbacks. Scott Tolzien.
Yeah.
But no, you have to agree with all of that. It's such an interesting situation that Packer fans are actually clamoring for a backup quarterback who's black to start over another black starting quarterback. Like,
it's
usually
just to get closer to Sean Clifford.
Usually it's the usually it was the whole, like, we need Sean Clifford because he's Sean Clifford, but to see fans like actually embrace Malik Willis like that, and to have, I feel like it's one of those, I feel like it's that there was that whole discourse about like when WNBA talk like switched over to the mainstream, when Packer fans start having conversations about Malik Willis being a potential starting quarterback, it's like, that's when he's a real true asset, is because when you can embrace a backup black quarterback in Wisconsin, that's when he's actually doing something really good.
For sure.
There's a barrier.
I won't be happy until we have an Asian backup, but yeah.
Jimmy's just all about finding the next barrier.
Jimmy and his minority of the week.
Yeah. All right, we're done for the day, guys.
That's gonna be our new segment next week. Jimmy's minority of the week.
We tried that for all brand off topic. Didn't last long.
It's Laotians. Jimmy, who are you buying around for other than Asians?
Shout out Falcons
Stop.
kicker.
No.
He is Asian. Amar Johnson. First preseason game, had a touchdown this last week. Again, solid showing, had a touchdown. Josh Jacobs during the sideline interview said how he's pretty much a veteran. Like talking to him, you couldn't tell he's an undrafted rookie. So good for him coming in. And now with Marshawn Lloyd being hurt again, maybe he has a chance, but likely a practice squad person. But still good for him to kind of make an impression on a top 5 running back in the league and then making an impact. And that's how Emmanuel Wilson got the spot on the team too, having really impactful preseason games. And he's kind of following those footsteps and showing out. So give him kudos, because he honestly, maybe on the team, it would make sense if he's a practice squad. Doubt he makes a roster, but he's made a good showing while he's been on here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I will say my running back crush is Abanaconda. I want him on my team.
Face? Oh.
I mean,
Team. Got it. Yep.
Team. Doesn't it? Katie loves him because of the South Dakota connection. But no, I mean, it feels like if there's something that the Matt LaFleur era has done well recently in recent years, it's finding quality, serviceable second string, third string running backs and getting that group time. Do you guys have something to add to the group?
No.
It's hard being next to him. Usually when I'm at home, I just don't look at him, but he's right next to me. And it's hard for me not to.
I'm trying to ignore him, but I look at the screen and I see him laughing, and I just muted it and said, "I need you to get it together because I'm struggling."
That's my bad. Usually, like I said, I just don't look at him if I'm giggling, but it's hard. Yeah. All right, keep going. I'm sorry, Dan.
Yeah, exactly, Katie. No, I think, I mean, Amar Johnson, damn it, Jimmy, you son of a bitch.
Amir.
Yeah,
Amir Johnson. He falls in line just with all the Chris Brooks, the Emmanuel Wilsons, Amenaconda, like all of them. They're all that same kind of finding the diamond in the rough kind of guys. So I'm enjoying seeing it take place here in the preseason. So anything else to add, Todd, before I move on?
No,
you're
agree
good.
with everything you both said. You covered all the bases.
Okay. I'd like to buy a round for any of you lost souls out there that are believing any of this Micah Parsons trade rumor BS. Guys, he's not coming to Green Bay.
Maybe.
I feel like I don't need to explain this any further. They're not.
Is it
Micah
the people that you think are believing it, or is it to just anyone entertaining it? Because let me tell you something. 13-year-old Todd knew he had no shot with Tyra Banks, but it was still fun to think about it, right? Same thing with Micah Parsons. He's not coming here, but imagine what it would be like if he did.
No. Yeah, I'm not telling anybody not to, close the curtains, turn on some Barry White, and think about
masturbating is fine.
Think about Micah Parsons landing up next to Edrin Cooper on a 3rd and 6.
Okay, stop. Jimmy's way too close to me to think about this.
I had to move the blanket up.
If you'd like to hear the rest of that, you can visit my OnlyFans. I'll give you the rest of that for $20 a month.
Are you still selling socks on there too?
Only worn.
Hey, there's Dr. J showing up in the chat.
Dan, do you think that the Packers at least offered something, or do you even think them offering it's BS?
I think it depends on like what qualifies as like offering. Like, is calling them up and saying like, what would it take to get you guys to trade Micah Parsons? Is that
that's checking. That's gauging interest. An offer would be.
You're saying
what are you looking for?
Calls up Jerry Jones and says, "Here is my offer to you. This is what I'm willing to give up if you sign the dotted line right now."
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's made that call.
See, that's where I'm different. I feel like every GM in the NFL is calling and saying, "Hey, I'm willing to offer this. If you want it, we have a deal." Like, I feel like if you don't, for a player like Micah Parsons, you're not being a good GM. Even if you think it's a bullshit deal and it's a long shot, I feel like you still call to start that dialogue. And then if they counter with something that was lower than you were expecting them to counter with, then you can move forward. So, like, I actually do think the Packers offered just as a long shot, "Hey, we're willing to give this. If you want to keep talking, call me back."
I don't think they did. Look at what they did. Look at what they did in free agency. Their two biggest free agent signings was Nate Hobbs and Aaron Banks. Like, does that scream to you like a GM in a front office that's making big swing?
Who else was there this year to go after, though, in like positions that they needed?
But when, like, can you name, like, when is the last time they've done any sort of move like this? When have they ever given up? When have they ever mortgaged the future?
They
for a large piece like
that. They were all in for Khalil Mack.
They tried to trade a second rounder for Chase Claypool. Like, obviously very different players, but if you're willing to give up a second rounder for Chase Claypool, I'm sure you're calling about Micah Parsons.
But a second rounder is different than multiple first, and
they offered multiple first for Khalil
and a player of whatever high value on defense.
I think it's there.
I'm with you. I don't think it's going to happen. So, like, I agree with you on that. I just disagree that I do think the Packers offer, because I think every team should offer for Michael Parsons, because you're an idiot if you don't try to get that player.
Even if it's a 6th-round pick, burn holes in your pocket. You call an offer that 6th-round pick.
Maybe not that, but every other
conditional, a conditional
Okay.
6.
Now,
Okay.
What if? Go ahead.
I was going to say,
Before we move on from this, I've got an honorable mention.
regardless of if they made an offer or not, at the end of the day, it's a moot point because they're not trading him to the Packers. Because even if the Packers made that offer, and let's say that let's say it is that offer, it's still going to be a similar situation as the Khalil Mack trade. Is there's teams out there with better draft capital and worse teams, and those first-round picks are going to look better on a different team than it does from the Packers. And I also do think that there is some kind of like anti-Packer bias in the league. I don't think people like doing deals and trades with the Packers.
There, Dan.
there it is.
Mr. Conspiracy Theories. He's back.
I don't think it's an anti-Packers in the league. 100% Cowboys, especially after the Jerry Jones clip saying the last playoff loss to us was the hardest one he ever had to watch.
Yeah.
I was going to go honorable mention by around Netflix for that documentary of Jerry Jones just clearly having his heart ripped out, what's left of it, that tiny little black lump of coal, going over that game. That was incredible.
I haven't watched that. Wait, is that most recent?
I haven't watched it either. I've only seen that clip, and that's probably all I'm going to ever watch of it. That's all I need.
I need to find that clip.
The only Cowboys content I need in my life is Jerry Jones crying about how much the Packers hurt him.
No, I also like when Jerry Jones puts like a pound of salt on his McGriddle during Hard Knocks.
Well, that's just smart. It's too sweet without it.
Shut up, dude. You both have heart disease.
You saw how much fire sauce I ate.
That's different. I thought you just had colon problems. Now you have heart disease too.
Maybe that's where
I'm also drinking Baja Blast at 8:30 at night. This is going to go well.
All right. Well, I guess I'll kick off my pay the tab here.
Yeah, please do.
Sure. Isaiah Simmons. I don't think we necessarily expected a lot from him, but man, the guy has just been a real disappointment. Like I think I saw like hasn't made an impactful run play, had missed three missed tackles in the Colts game. Like you're a former first round pick, and when Vince Beagle can be out there playing better than you, speaks a lot. And it's a bummer because you kind of hope that this is one of those reclamation projects, and it's very clear like this is kind of probably his last stop. I think.
Todd thinks he's a Pro Bowler.
I don't know that he's a Pro Bowler, but I can't quit him yet. We'll see how he does on Saturday, and then maybe I'll start to think that he's done. But to your point, Zach Cruz tweeted out earlier this week, Isaiah Simmons has played a team high 88 defensive snaps through the 2 preseason games. He's given up 10 catches and missed 3 tackles, has 0 stops or a tackle, creating a failure for the offense, and he missed a tackle on special teams. Like
that was the tweet. Yep.
It doesn't get worse than that, but he's so athletic that my brain still says he can ball. He just needs that one key to unlock it, and he's back.
Yeah, I mean that's why we have Bo Melton playing cornerback.
You missed last week. Bo Melton, for your buying around for him because he's off the team. Are you willing to admit yet you were wrong?
No, I never said he. I didn't say he wasn't going to not make the team.
That's literally what you said.
You said that him moving to cornerback spelled the end of the Bo Melton in Green Bay story. How does that mean he's making the team?
Yeah, what story is ending if it's not his roster spot?
Because they're going to need bodies with all these injuries. I bet he makes
because of the injuries
team coming out of. I bet he makes the team coming out of training camp. If he is still playing cornerback in week 18, I will eat this hat live on air.
Which brings me to my pay the tab. Dan, you said a couple weeks ago that Bo Melton was going to be off this team, was not going to be on this team anymore because he just is making the switch and he's not good. He's your CB4 at this point and has played pretty solid. So keep that hat handy because I got a feeling you're going to be eating it.
Yeah. He had his shoulder pads off and a baseball cap on halfway through the third quarter each game.
That's a guy that's making the team or her.
One or the other. With this team right now, you don't know which. Yeah, you really shouldn't have offered the hat thing. You should have. Yeah, that was silly because you were probably going to be eating it.
I don't see how this is a positive. How are we seeing this as a positive step forward for the Packers defense that Bo Melton is cornerback 4?
Well, have you seen him mess up that much when he's in the game?
No. Have you seen him play a competent offense?
I mean, but that's the thing, though, is he's not our starter. We have, you say CB4, but we have Carrington Valentine in front of him on the outside, Hobbs, Nixon, and then you have Bullard also who can play the nickel. Like you have Robinson we just drafted, Kalen King. So like when you get to Bo Melton, it's not going to be a CB4 if like Carrington Valentine goes down. Like there's going to be layers until you get to him. But for him to be a depth piece and also your best special teamer, like he's doing a damn good job at someone that was
he's
first 100-yard wide receiver literally 2 seasons ago.
So he's a successful cornerback because he doesn't have to play cornerback?
No, I'm countering your point of you said he's CB4. He's not. But he's higher up than what you thought he was 2 weeks ago.
You just called him
cut.
CB4.
That was me. I said that.
Oh, my bad. This one's an idiot then, not you.
On the depth chart, it's going to be CB4.
No, I'm just saying it's not like if Nixon goes down, Melton's the first one to go in. But if he happens to go into a game, I feel like, is he our best option? Absolutely not. No one's going to say that. But I don't feel horrible about him going into the game.
I want the best 53 football players to be on the roster. And when you look at this team, Bo Melton is among that list of people. And besides future Pro Bowler Kevin King, I don't know that there's a better cornerback available that makes the 53 over him right now.
What about Isaiah Simmons? If he switches to corner.
I think if he moved to corner, he could figure it out.
Good?
Yeah. Like a zone scheme?
Yeah, only zone.
Yeah. He couldn't run man.
Well, if you move him down the roster far enough, there's so many layers that he'll never have to play cornerback, and then that'll be fine.
And
well, don't you want that? Even if he was CB4, wouldn't you want him to never have to go on the field?
Yes, Jimmy, but I don't want to have to like cross my fingers hoping that there's not an injury because my backup is Bo Melton.
Well, I feel like we always cross our fingers that there's not an injury. I feel like that's literally every game we go into. You don't want the backup to go in.
Apparently
right. But like what was it, 2 years ago when Carrington Valentine was CB4 or whatever, I felt better about that if there was an injury ahead of him.
Listen, we beat the Vikings with Valentine and Ballantyne. So having those two out there, I think we're fine with Bo Melton. We can win games with them as the corner.
We made it to the NFC Championship game with Ladarius Gunter.
Yeah. That's a question. Who do you think's better, Bo Melton or Ladarius Gunter?
I'd rather throw myself in an active volcano.
I bet you won't.
Coward.
Jimmy, who do you want to pay the tab?
Sorry, Matt. I'm going to have you make a quick change. I'm going to go with Anthony, or pretty sure his first name Anthony Belton, our second round draft pick this year. I know his last name Belton. Pretty sure it's Anthony. Horrible first half. he did better the second half. Thank you, Rasheed Walker, giving him that Clementine, saying, here, eat this and get over it. It worked, but 5 first half penalties. The worst part, too, is 2 like illegal formations. I'm like, hey, man, you just got one. Maybe move up a little bit. Don't line up so far back. He ignored it, just did the same thing 2 plays in a row. That was first, like, he's a lock on the roster, 2nd-round pick, big body, could be a good player, but what a horrible outing, getting a lot of playing time. He's great in the run game. You've seen him even on that rushing touchdown from Amar Johnson. Like, he sealed it off out of that guard spot. Amir Johnson, sorry. Amir Johnson, sorry. And he but dude, the penalties. And you mentioned this too, Dan, like, just how do we feel about the game? The second half of the game, great. The first half just looked like a continuation from the last one. And it does make me a little bit worried going into the season of just like the dumb penalties continuing. But at least now with that second half, seemed like it got fixed for that short period of time with our 4th stringers. But it was just not what you want to see in the first half of especially from Belton, the first half of a game after there's an abysmal Jets preseason game. It wasn't great. So he has a long way to go to kind of solidify or, I don't know, break into the roster spot next season after Sean Ryan's out, if he is out, but just not a good look.
Yeah, and did he get those penalties, those illegal formation penalties, playing guard?
I think he might have. He was right tackle at that point. I'm pretty sure.
Was he right tackle? I swear I thought I saw him playing guard, and I was like, how the hell do you get an illegal formation penalty playing guard?
It's a little bit harder.
I will say this though about those penalties, and Todd, maybe you can back me up on this a little bit.
I probably won't.
I think those illegal formation penalties, it's kind of like a strike zone for an umpire, where it's like, oh, I think this close is how you should be to the line of scrimmage, and then another umpire will be like, well, I think you should be this close to the line of scrimmage, and it's like all of a sudden you got a guy that like gets dinged like 2 or 3 times for illegal formation penalties. Like, this is how I've always fucking lined up. It's how I've lined up every day in practice. It's how I've lined up every single time, every other game. And now this guy comes in with a different strike zone, and I've gotten dinged for like 2 or 3 illegal formation penalties. And I feel like it's bullshit.
Yeah. Was it last year that they made an emphasis of that? And there wasn't it one of the first games that they called like 3 of them on a drive? I think it was the Ravens. And it was like, I get why they made it a point of emphasis, because with the quickness of the pass rushers in today's game, tackles have started trying to inch back a little bit at a time to build them some of that cushion against the speed of the edge rushers. So I understand them saying like, hey, let's pull this back up. But sometimes it seems like they're calling it just to call it. I think we've all played in a rec league at some point where there's a ref or an umpire that just like seems like he goes through the rule book every week to find that one obscure rule that he's like, I'm going to call this week, and it's going to cause people to just lose their shit. You're like, buddy, this is a Tuesday night rec league. I got work in the morning. I don't have time to be getting fired up about some bullshit at 8:00 at night.
You still did though.
I do. I get fucking hot. Throw me out. I don't give a shit.
No, thank you for agreeing with me, Todd.
Yeah, anytime. I always agree with you, Dan. I think I'm going to stop there.
Yeah, Jimmy will be getting. What are you, boys youth small, Jimmy?
I like to go extra lovely on those. In case I want to throw a jacket on under it.
Okay.
What is with the blanket? It's not covering you up. You've just been holding it this whole time. He just had this entire show.
Can you move?
Has
Todd,
a
move
throw
the camera
blanket
down.
just balled up, holding on.
Todd, move the camera down.
That's what the people have been waiting for. Look at this.
My legs are out. I just my inner thighs were cold, and they're not cold anymore.
Well, I've been trying to put my
inner
hand in there.
thighs. Just the inner thighs.
I don't know. I feel comfy. I'm just holding it in, getting some Kegels.
So, guys, what's on the docket this week? Do you want to tell the people where you're going to be out and about in Green Bay so they can stalk you, kill you, wear your face?
Yeah, we'll be at practice tomorrow, joint practice against Seattle. Should be a good time. And then just kind of hanging out the rest of the weekend around Lambeau, the area. I've got to go to the pro shop at some point. I have this habit where every time I have a closet full of Packers gear, but it's at my mom's house where I keep all of my stuff. And so I don't actually live there. So anytime I come to Green Bay, I'm coming from somewhere else. And so then I get here and I'm like, oh, I need more Packer stuff. So then I have to go to the pro shop and buy a bunch of Packer stuff. Damn it. And then that ends up with the rest of my gear back at my mom's. And then the next time I come to Green Bay from somewhere else. So probably Friday, I'll go on a little shopping spree at the pro shop. Crack another one. And then game on Saturday.
I don't control the mic right now, so I would have muted it.
No, you wouldn't have, because you never mute it when you crack them.
Sometimes. But yeah, pretty much the same.
Sometimes as in like that one time.
Yeah. Literally one time last week. 2 weeks ago I did it.
Where are you guys sitting for the game?
I think we're behind a few rows up from the Packers bench.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to get Tucker Kraft to make eye contact with me. That's going to be my goal. That or get kicked out, depending on what things I say to him to get his attention.
I like that the comment from Micah going shopping at Todd's mom's house.
He knows where the hide key is.
Probably.
It's all in Heather's closet, Micah. There's not. No, that's just where it's at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think that about wraps it up. I think. Have fun at the Seattle game. Who are you guys? So you're going to practice. You're going to practice tomorrow.
Yep.
Are we heckling any Seahawks players, fans, anything like that? Are you looking for any
Best
sort
behavior.
of anything? Best behavior.
We'll be in an important area, so we'll behave.
Yeah. I am going to try not to do anything to bring eyes upon me. I will probably wear the bow tie that you stopped wearing. You just look like a good little boy.
It's in Todd's mom's closet.
Okay. All right, you pervert. Wow.
Well, we will be back next week. I think we'll go ahead and we'll put a bow on this. I think anything you're looking forward to against the Seattle game? I mean, it's going to be basically
just come out healthy.
Yeah,
scrub. Yeah, just come out fucking healthy. Don't
just stop getting hurt.
I mean, I want to watch Bo Melton now just to rub. I am not gonna lie. I have just a weird. I want him to be great just to spite you.
A Bo Melton pick six, Dan. I will never show. You will hear me screaming from here to Detroit. You're going to hear it. Just open the window, and that's my voice.
Yeah, I'm for that. I also just want to see our offensive line. Belton. If Morgan's out there, seeing how they cope. Also, Monk, because he has been god-awful. If he can show any sign of life,
something at the center position, please.
Yeah. Because, if Jenkins goes down, obviously we'll probably just move Sean Ryan over, but having a legit backup center might be good for a team. So it'd be cool to have someone that could do that.
If you're into that sort of thing.
Just put Bo Melton at center.
Honestly, at this point, it might be better than Monk. I know you're being sarcastic.
He's fourth on the depth chart right now.
Yeah.
Center 4.
Yeah. C4, baby.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us here at Lombardi's Bar. Thank you to everybody in the chat that stopped by. Always popping off, making it a lot of fun to see everybody jawing with us out there. For producer Matt, hanging out behind the scenes, making everything run. For Todd and Jimmy, holding hands.
Matt, we're getting ready to end it, so be ready to hit the button.
Let them go sit back on their comfy black couch in the weirdly painted white room with white fluorescent lighting.
You know those details pretty well, Dan.
I'm your bartender, Dan Koenig, saying cheers. And as always, go Pack Go.